Yeah, hi there coaches. Okay, so now we move on to the next chapter, which is chapter 3, and this one talks about the risk and reward of playing out of the back. If you've been watching soccer over the last, let's say, 15 years, you will have noticed a monumental shift from the way that teams play now to the way they did then. And this shift has come from the ability of defenders to be comfortable on the ball, to receive the ball under pressure, to be able to play in 1 and 2 touch soccer, football, out of the back. And the first time I actually saw this being done was when a Pep Guardiola team, Barcelona, did it. And it was like a totally different way of playing. I was watching it and I remember it right to this day. I can't exactly remember when it was, but it was a while ago. And I was watching it, I was thinking, oh my life, what are they doing? That's suicide. But then I realised, well, it's not suicide if you're a good enough soccer player and you have confidence in your own ability and you're prepared to back that confidence with actual play. And ever since then, everyone else has started copying it. So they, as far as I'm aware, they were the first to do it, and then other teams started to do it. And the Barcelona team of the 2010, 2009, the Spain team of the 2010, 2008, 2012 era were untouchable. Because the brand of soccer they played, no one else could do it. No one else could figure out how to stop it. And then a Bayern Munich team came along. And a Bayern Munich team came along that were doing exactly the same thing, but they were more physical. They were able to get around the field, the pitch, quicker. They were able to shut the space down earlier. So that Barcelona team then came up against the Bayern Munich team that not only was able to do what they were doing, they were able to do it better, quicker, faster, more penetratingly. And then obviously everyone else discovered, okay, well, not only do you have to be able to play out of the back, now you've got to be able to physically restrict the other team from doing the same thing. So the risk and reward of playing out of the back is for me, the reward is you retain the ball. So if your goalkeeper's got the ball and they punt it long, there's a 50-50 chance you're going to retain the ball. You could easily turn it over to the opposition, or you're going to keep it. The benefit of playing from the back is that you keep the ball. So the goalkeeper can play short, can play a 5, 10, 15 yard pass short, defender retains the ball, defender plays it to another defender, to a midfield player, you've kept the ball, you're moving the ball, you're possessing the ball, you're wearing the other team out, you're having the other team chase and move, and you're able to move them around in their positions without them having the ball. So the biggest benefit for me is that you retain the possession and you can dictate the play. You can dictate the pace, you can dictate the rhythm, you can dictate the way that the other team have to respond to you. So that's the reward. The risk is, and as you'll go through this chapter, you'll see the risk is if your goalkeeper or your defenders or your central midfield player, whoever it is that you play out of the back to, aren't capable, aren't competent, aren't confident, aren't able to decide where they're going with the ball before they've got it. If they get caught on the ball, then the opponent is in your defensive third, your defence is scattered because you're trying to play the ball, so you obviously want to make the field as big as possible. And likelihood is they're going to get a shot off on goal and probably score a goal. So the risk is you might turn the ball over and you're going to give away a goal scoring chance. The reward is you're going to retain the possession and be able to dictate the play. So depending on what type of players you have, depending on how skillful your players are at the back, how confident they are, will depend on how limited you are of being able to play out the back and how often you try and do it. It will also depend on how good your goalkeeper is with the ball at their feet. In the modern day, the goalkeeper has to be a player. You have to be able to control the ball with your feet, with your chest. You have to be able to read the game. You have to be able to come out and make interceptions. You have to be able to pass the ball short and long. Preferably you have to be able to pass the ball off both feet. and you have to be as good a soccer player, a football player, as any outfield player. So not only do you have to be the most agile, the one of the quickest, and your reflexes have to be first class, now you have to be one of the best players on your team too. So the goalkeeper has become an incredibly important part of the game, whereas when I started playing 40 years ago, the goalkeeper basically stood in the goal and waited for a shot to come. When they got the ball, they would either bowl it out or punt it out. It couldn't have been more different now. So the risk and reward, as I say, the risk, you could give up a goal scoring chance because your player isn't quick enough, isn't switched on enough, doesn't pay enough attention. The reward, you retain the possession, you can dictate the play, you can dictate the rhythm, you can move the other team around. Alright, let's enjoy this chapter. It's a really important chapter, especially if you're working with younger kids, because the quicker you can develop their skills and their ability and their cognizance to be able to understand this stuff, the quicker and easier it is for you to develop them as they go through the age groups. Alright, well, look forward to talking to you again soon, and thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.